Hey you guys, it's Jalisco signing in front of the video. Welcome back. How y'all doing? What's up? Thank you guys so much for the love and the care you show to my videos, to this channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know I say this every single video, but it means a lot to me that you guys are able to connect to my content and you honestly get a deeper understanding of the world through my videos. So thank you guys so very much. And if you haven't checked out my other social media platforms, it is Shalisco on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I will be doing a giveaway at the end of this year, so be on the lookout for that. Without further ado, let's jump into this video.
Honestly, I would definitely say social media and music as well, but primarily depends on what type of music I listen to. But then again, if you think about it, rap music, R&B, all that, the main theme to all this is all love and like sexual and stuff like that. Depending on the algorithm, because lately to sell a lot of stuff, basically what they say, sex sells, right? So they basically be pushing stuff to us sexually. Like if you think about it, like say you go on some like Twitter or X, you just go to a regular comment and then you just see all these bots with the OnlyFans, everything just selling you like, yo, listen, like, yo, do this, come peep this, come do that, because they know sex sells and that's what's gonna grab most attention. Because who would not like scroll through media and not see a fine piece of and be like, yo, let me interact with that, so
were you just objectifying women?
Huh? Movies and TV for sure.
Okay.
And
Why?
then why? Because I really like movies and I watch a lot of shows, and obviously sex is part of everyday life. So there's a lot of depictions of sex in movies and TV, and it's really good ones too. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and then social media too, in
social
like the
media?
small ways.
Okay. Do you feel like
Lesser
it
ways.
negatively impacts the way you see sex or positively impacts
Social
the way?
media?
Yes, social media.
I think that depends on like for me personally, positively because of the content. I think it's positive content about sex, not like weird stuff. So yeah.
Actually, I have a bone to pick with a movie showing of sex,
Oh, okay.
especially when it comes to teenagers and minors when they're overly doing it on TV. Like, yes, we know teenagers can be promiscuous, but it gets weird when grown adults are playing teenagers, and it's just always bam, bam. I do not like Euphoria. Sorry. I do not. Euphoria, freaking Riverdale, whatever. It's just sometimes it gets too much. Like, yes, I know it's there. Yes, there are gonna be some scenes, but when it's like in every single episode and every 5 seconds, tiring.
I see.
I kind of feel like it's a combination of all of them.
Okay.
Simply because it's kind of like no matter where you turn when it comes to those mediums, it's always being portrayed in that way. Like you watch a movie, sex scene, you listen to songs, they're talking about sex, all of this type of stuff. You go on social media, OnlyFans, and all that. So I feel like they all kind of play a role together when it comes to something like that.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick one out of all of them, I would have to say social media. Since we're all on there the most, I would have to say social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like social media and music are like the top. I don't know about y'all, but like I start watching movies. I'm more of an anime fan,
Okay.
so I be I'm saying I'm watching anime a lot of the time. But social media and music, like when I'm driving, I listen to music, and when I'm in the shower, y'all can call me weird, but when I'm in the shower, I listen to music. And like I be scrolling through TikTok a lot. I post on TikTok too, so it's like so I'm always on TikTok too. So I feel like TikTok and music for me, it's like the top types of media where like sex is a lot projected a lot.
Okay.
That's just me though. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% agree. Like TikTok, Instagram, like most of the feed is like mostly like how can I say like about like women and stuff. So like I feel like that's where like the sex agenda is really pushed.
I think all of it plays a role in the way that we see sex, honestly. In like music, people are obviously talking about women's bodies, what they would like to see in bed, and stuff like that. And then so on social media, a lot of people have their different perceptions of how like their sex life is supposed to go, and then not everybody agrees with that. A lot of people are like I see some people who are like celibate and they're like 100% not having sex, but then so the other like half is like, oh, like it's it's essential for your growth, essential for you as a person, essential for your confidence. And then some people just like to do it for fun. So it just makes you a little bit confused about where you really stand,
Hmm.
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know if I answered that correctly, but
It's okay. All right. What about you? What do you think?
I think all media except music for me. Because
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't feel like music personally impacts how I view sex, but I feel like TV or shows and social media have a really big impact because you're allowed so much access to people's information and so much news. You see different weird fetishizations on the
Yeah,
internet.
for
It's
sure.
so strange.
Yeah.
Like Choma said, that there's a lot of concepts of like casual sex situationships coming up. People are normalizing it. In my opinion, it's not supposed to be that way. But then it makes it seem like it's okay to go sleeping around. It's okay to go doing all of these different things. And I think that just really has a big impact on how I view sex personally. Like I don't agree with it, but it definitely has a big impact on like maybe teenagers.
A little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna get hate for this, but like I listen to Ice Spice and she just sounds kind of stupid. Like I feel like a 5-year-old can come up with like these like.
So why do you listen to Ice Spice?
No, I don't. But like when I hear it,
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. There's some songs where I'm forced to because like for example, there's a song Central C and Ice Spice.
Okay.
I listen to Central C's part, but then when she comes on, and then I just cut it off because I'm like she just sounds brain dead.
That makes sense.
It's like oh he a munch like it's man, I don't know.
Okay.
It's just me though. But yeah, I just feel like the music it is a little bit dumbed down. I guess. Yeah.
I think it got worse simply because it's not really a conversation. It's more so like I have this many bodies and I do this and this. Like it's not even like it's not really talked. It's not like we're talking about it. It's like I'm telling you this is what I'm doing. Like it's not it's not like oh like let's talk about sex. No, it's
Please. God. Okay.
Anyways,
Okay, yeah.
apologies. But yeah, it's not really talked about. It's just kind of like insinuated. Like I do this all the time. I'm that guy. I'm that girl. You know, it's not talked about. So I would say it got worse, especially now. That's it. Like the only way, unfortunately, from what I've seen, anyways, the only way a woman rapper is getting recognition is if she's like shaking nyash. And we're not looking at talent anymore. We're looking at the nyash. And that's a problem because what am I listening to? Like it's not, I don't understand. Like it made me really look at lyrics sometimes because sometimes they be spouting rubbish. I'm not gonna lie. Like low key, sometimes I'll be listening to some of their music. I'm like, doesn't make any sense.
What you saying?
Yeah, like, you just have a big bum and everyone wants to listen to you. Like, okay, but yeah, I don't think music has really helped with that. I think it's made it a lot worse, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, a lot of people are gonna say negative because like it's so present, but I think improve because it makes it more normal. I think part of the reason why, like, I think part of the problem with sex or people's perception of sex is how stigmatized it can be, or how people can feel shamed about it. That's how I was at least. So when it's normalized, I think that's a good thing. I think it'd be normalized. Obviously, there's limits to to everything, but I don't think sex being more common in music is a bad thing. I do think it can help people feel more comfortable with the subject, and then people can talk about it more. So yeah,
with them talking about it, I guess it kind of makes it a lot easier for people to talk about the topic as well. I feel like so with more people talking about it, the listeners and everything, they'll find it a lot easier to talk about topics like that. I feel.
Okay. What about you?
And I feel like for the male side, it actually died down a bit from
Really?
like the 90s or like something like that. I feel like on the, like women's rap, let's say I think that's pretty much all they talk about.
Oh, okay.
But
Wow.
well,
Yeah.
well, like if you hear it,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but like it's still that's probably the most popular thing that rappers talk about, even like pop artists or all that stuff. Yeah.
Do you think that the music sounds better? Do you think it's sonically like? Would you listen to that kind of music more, or do you feel like it's all right? It's just there.
Like I feel like nowadays, like rap songs, it's not really telling a story like it used to be.
Okay.
It's more just kind of the same stuff, but like worded differently.
Okay. All right.
I think it depends on the artist because there have been artists always trying to improve the view of sex since like Missy Elliott and but like no hate to Sexy Red, but it makes sex funny, you know? Yeah, and I think that's not a bad idea at all. So
Okay.
but other people it's starting to feel like music is degrading women more than it used to, and not in a like in an empowerment way. Like men will sing about sex with women in such a mean and derogatory way, and I just get tired of listening to it.
Because I'm aware of the discrepancies that can cause, because most guys see a girl that is attractive and they already have an ulterior motive and they try to want to get into their pants, right? For me personally, like, yo, if I want to approach a young lady that I find attractive, I'm gonna lie, if I find her attractive, I will approach, right? But also I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're so sexy, I don't do that.
Yeah.
If I can't find a common ground for us to communicate, like let's say we're in the same class or um we have something like in the school now, right? I can walk up to somebody and talk to them because we're in the same school. There's at least something there. And if my intentions are pure, which they always are, I beg, which I always are, I can communicate with them. But ultimately, if I have ulterior motives, eventually, even through my actions, oh, let's go on the date, let's do this. If I realize that the feeling is not being reciprocated, then yeah, I'll respectfully, not disturb them, or and if they want to be in a friendship, I can respect that too, right?
I think that sex has kind of negatively impacted how I talk with people, because you can go talk to someone, like walk up to someone, and you have no intent of having sex with them at all. But then people automatically, like even strangers around, could be like, oh, you're only talking to them because you want to sleep with them. So it makes it really, really awkward to go talk to people in a very casual manner unless we're like friends. Yeah.
Okay. So do you feel like sometimes it's harder for you to make friends and everything like that with the opposite gender at times?
Yes.
Okay.
Female friendships were really normalized to me growing up, so I didn't just view it as like a means to get sex, right? But because now I'm an adult and I recognize that like oftentimes girls are like, aware that guys often kind of talk to them for that reason, I am kind of conscious of it, so it does affect like the way I approach girls. I don't want girls to think that I'm, talking like a certain way for a certain reason, right? So I don't know if that makes sense,
Yeah,
but it
that
definitely
makes
does like subconsciously at least like affect the way I talk to people, because I know that people have certain expectations.
Well, the way I view it is from a Christian perspective, so I haven't allowed what the world thinks to come into play. But when I did, it did influence the way that I would speak to a man, because I expected, he wants me for,
Yeah.
and so yes. I had sex education in elementary school, and that's the last place I remember actually learning about sex.
Okay.
I think we've like touched on it in like calm, remember calm when like you have to like complete that to graduate or whatever. Maybe we've touched on it, but then like it wasn't enough information for it to stick with you, and for you to carry, and for it like to carry with you to like adulthood. And usually high school is that period where it's like preparing you to be an adult, but they didn't do that due diligence when they're like teaching sex. In university now, there are like opportunities for you to understand sex. It's like normalized like to like have safe sex, but I don't think that the education for it is as promoted as it should be. And people are adults, like yes, like people are like full grown people, but these people are still, some people still don't know how to have safe sex, and a lot of people don't know when their boundaries are crossed and what to protect themselves from, and they still need that education. But I feel like in university it's not as promoted because you're basically expected to know, and so people look for advice in the wrong places. I personally took it to the internet to go learn what sex is supposed to be, and then also I like based it off of what I learned in elementary school, how it's supposed to go, and so now it's kind of like I'm just like, I feel like I haven't gotten as much information from like an actual trusted source as I should have. But like, yeah, I feel like sex isn't as taught, but consent is. Yeah, definitely consent definitely is.
Okay. What about you?
I think that sex is not taught at all.
Mhm.
Mostly, especially in like Christian schools, they're
Yeah,
very
okay.
big on the concept of abstinence
Mhm.
instead of the concept of sex. And yes, in university there are opportunities to learn about sex, but it's already such a stigmatized topic growing up
Yes, that's true.
that
Okay.
people feel kind of awkward to seek out this information. Or you tell someone that you're seeking out this information and it's like, what are you trying to do? You're trying to be a slut? Like sometimes you're
Yeah,
just
okay.
you want to learn better.
Mhm.
But people's weird misconceptions about people wanting to learn about sex translates so differently that it discourages people from seeking out this information on their own. So personally, I think I learned a lot from personal experience as opposed to like a solid education plan, because what you're taught is like abstinence and very, very general forms or definitions of consent. You don't understand that, yeah, like you're taught consent is given in the beginning, but people don't understand you can take it out at any time, like whether in the middle of sex or at the, you can't really withdraw it at the end because the act is done,
Yeah.
but you can say no to something that you don't want to happen while in the act, and people don't know that or may feel scared to do that, and they probably feel scared because they don't learn that it's okay.
I feel like in junior high and elementary school, that's probably not the best time to teach people about sex because kids are not mature, bro. When they show us sex ed videos, all I did was just laugh. So I feel like in high school, it's probably like the best. It's when kids are more like a little bit more mature. Maybe I'm just different, but like boys.
But like the kids that ask their parents, daddy, how was that made?
Yeah, but then kids will like daddies, but parents. I didn't pause, but parents will lie.
Yeah.
And but like in high school, kids have like the kids are more a little bit more mature. You can like talk to them about serious topics. So I feel like high school is probably the best part to talk to them, and try, but not with how everyone has a phone and access to the internet now. I feel like it's probably impossible to like try to curb that. Because they're always gonna find a way. No matter what you do, people are gonna find a way. Depending on how, like, especially like TikTok now, like everyone's on TikTok, and what is gonna be pushed most times? Like I said, the algorithm is gonna push stuff like sex because a lot of people interact with it, right? So it's a difficult topic to speak upon, but I feel like if we were to like kind of like have that solution, you just probably have more talk to like high school students, honestly, so they can.
The reality about it. I feel like everyone knows about sex already.
Yeah, but now that you're an adult, like what
Yeah.
about like growing up and everything? You had questions and everything like that.
I mean, I didn't really have questions because as a mock boy, so you should know you get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you feel like the streets taught you, like the people around you taught you more than like school and your parents and everything like that?
My parents didn't teach me anything.
Okay.
My parents haven't taught me anything still, bro.
So
what they say, experience is the best teacher, bro.
I mean, I went to boarding school in Nigeria. I went to boarding school in Nigeria. So, and my school was a Catholic boarding school. So, no.
Okay.
Generally, there was hardly any sex ed. At least, hardly any good sex ed. Like, you would discuss anatomy. And even those would be very weird. But there was definitely not enough sex ed, at least in Nigeria, in the Nigerian system. I had to learn a lot of that on my own and like after school. Yeah.
Okay.
My parents did not want to have that conversation with me. So
I agree. Having Christian parents, they didn't want to talk about it.
They did not. That was taboo. So I found out from access of the internet at a very young age. Unfortunately, led to a lot of problems. But no, I didn't get the talk. I got the talk when I was in school. Like they'd have, we're gonna talk, but they don't. They just talk about how your body works and not about the actual.
Okay.
You don't get into it.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to the participants. Now let's get to some bloopers. Let's start the Okay. All right. Sorry. Make sure we look good. Okay. All right. Sorry. Oh, bless you. Bless you. No, it's okay. Y'all can talk. All right. Yeah. Testing. 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2. Okay, I'm gonna do it from. Why is it deflated? Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Shola, and I'm here with
Gobson.
and
Shabazz.
and we're gonna be. Hold on. I have to see how I look first.
SEX sex. Sorry. That's like we
we see a lot of that because women these days they wait, cut.
Okay, we can start over. Don't worry, I can cut it out. Okay, go ahead.
You're not staring at me though.
I mean, I interact with them normally like a regular person, bro. Like that doesn't really change my perception on anything. It just more so like makes me more, I'd say weird but angry, because it's like, why does everything have to do with sex? Like, why do I need to? Why
have a normal
like,
conversation?
yes, exactly. And then most times people think your intentions are like, oh, this guy's just trying to get to into her pants and stuff like that. But that's most cases. So it's like
literally, there's this girl, yeah. I need.
I'll bleep out your name. I'll bleep out your name. I promise. I'll bleep out your name.
I'm joking.
Jeez. Okay. All right.
Where's your script?
I don't have a script.
So yeah,
The Holy Spirit is my script. Why is my okay? All right. Hi everyone. My name is Sha. You look zesty. It's a little... Come. Ready?
Yes.
Why is your voice sound so deep?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay. All right, ready?
Yes.
Okay. About guys, like, do you see them in a specific light? Do you see them, being some kind of way? Because you're staring at me like that. Why are you staring at me like that?
Oh, I'm straight.
Okay, let's try that again. Let's try the question again. Because the way you're...
Can I answer like that though? Oh, I'm straight. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so does it impact it or no? Like, does it impact the way that you talk to girls and everything like that? Does it impact the way you talk to guys?
I should climb.
Okay, let's try this again. Let's say it to him. Does it impact the way you see them? Does it impact the way you talk to them? Everything like that?
Oh no, not like that. Like, yeah. You're outing me.
How am I outing you? What do you mean?
Yeah,
How am I outing you?
yeah. What are you saying? Okay. Not really. That's what I'll say. Like.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's a good answer. All right. Thank you so much for answering our questions.
About the guy question, I want to say I'm straight. Like, so girls know I'm straight.
Oh, I think they can tell that you're straight.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for answering. Bye. You're actually so funny.
You know what I'm talking about? Bring it back.